Hey, what's going on, everyone? Just wanted to give a quick recap of the preseason game against the Philadelphia 76ers and the Brooklyn Nets. First things first, just want to, shout out to Jared McCain and all prayers and thoughts up to him. Had such a weird, scary fall. Earlier in the game, we saw Dorian Finney-Smith fall, slammed his back after a weird, loose ball. Maxey fell on the ground after Dorian Finney-Smith fell, hit his back flat on the court. Then we saw Jared McCain basically do it in the beginning of the fourth quarter, hit his back super hard, fell from a weird height, was struggling to breathe. It was actually pretty scary to watch. We didn't know what was going on. I was very confused of like, did he bang his head really hard? Like, is he? I can't even tell you what I was thinking about it. I was just honestly thinking the worst, which I shouldn't have done, but it was kind of scary to watch that because he was like struggling to breathe and like shaking all over. So prayers out to Jared McCain. I hope he's doing well. I was just reading a news report before I left the stadium that he is going to the hospital right now to check for a concussion and see if they can help with his breathing and stuff like that. So hopefully he's all good with that. Yeah, shouts out to Jared McCain. Hopefully you're doing all good. But outside of all that, very boring game overall for the Sixers and Brooklyn Nets. Didn't really expect anything much else because they don't have anybody. Your bench is really supposed to play towards the end of the game of a preseason game, and you still got the Brooklyn Nets starter. So that kind of tells you how the game went. 117 to like 94, I think the game was. The only two things I really want to talk about that stood out to me, um, Jared McCain, obviously, I think he finished 9 points and 7 rebounds. So he was out there. Just talking about it with my friend when we went. He was in the right spots. He was hustling for the rebounds. A lot of them, I'll give him some credit. Like a couple of the rebounds that were coming to him were just like falling straight to his hands, and he got a rebound for it. Other ones, he was like actually fighting to get in there, knowing where that ball is going to be off the backboard or off the rim, and going up to get it. So shout out to him. I think he had the second most amount of rebounds in the game behind Andre Drummond, who had like 9. So shout out to him. 9 points. I think his 9 points were just three-pointers. So way to get a shot up. Still, same thing that we're talking about. Cannot make a layup. Is just not aggressive. Like he looks aggressive when he's going to the hole, but it's just like not coming out that way. Like he just doesn't seem aggressive. He doesn't seem like, if he was like, maybe if he had a longer wingspan or something, it would be like, okay, you can get to the cup. But it's just like you're missing a lot of layups when you're going in there. Like you're hitting your dribble moves, you're driving, you're getting a bump, you're going up to the lane, but you can't finish. And you're also not getting that call because you're a rookie. So I don't know. Kind of just look like you're in a box when you get that ball. If you're not ready to catch and shoot, you're hitting a dribble move and you're passing off with one hand. It's just routine with him of just doing the same exact thing. And people are just giving him a lot of hype. It was like giving him a lot of hype for what? Hitting open three-pointers or hitting like a little bit of contest on a three-pointer. Like you're supposed to be doing that if you're a three-point shooter. So that's what we expect of you. It's supposed to be like we're a draft pick. Like you're supposed to help us help the team. And if you're just going to be, our shooter that can somewhat shoot and only get 9 points when you're playing almost half of the preseason game, then it's kind of just like, what are we doing with you then? So yeah, that's all I really had to say with Jared McCain. Obviously, hope you get better soon. Hopefully you just got the wind knocked out of you and you get back up, so you're all good. The only other person that I want to talk about is Lester Quiones. He was active tonight. He was hitting a lot of 3-pointers, a lot of like catch and shoot ones, or like catching, hitting a little dribble move and getting to a spot and shooting off the dribble. He was making 3-pointers. I'm not sure what he finished with or how many he finished with, but it was productive. He was getting to the hole. He was hitting good passes. He was looking really good. So I'm excited to see him coming off the bench for us. That's all we really need off of a guy like that, is to come in, play some good defense, make smart passes and hit your open shots or hit any type of shots. If you can create your own shot, go ahead and get what you need when you're coming off the bench like that and you're playing with that squad. So other than that, didn't really see anything from anybody else. Justin Edwards, again, had a very basic game. Still getting to the cup, finishing here and there, shooting here and there, nothing special. I don't think I've talked about Jeff Downton yet. I like Jeff Downton. Jeff Downton is a hooper. He can obviously handle the ball well. When that bench squad comes in for those preseason games, he's usually the main ball handler if it's not Jared McCain. I like him. I like what he can do. I like what he's producing. The only thing that I say with Jeff Downton is that he needs to improve his three ball. And then overall, with every preseason game and even like G League games I've seen him in, it's just like pass that ball around. Like a lot of the time in my other videos and stuff like that, I'm talking about Courtney Williams in the current WNBA final games of just like coming down the court, 23, 24, whatever amount of seconds you got on the clock, you're wasting. You're not getting that ball out of your hand until like 14, 13, 12, 11 seconds to dish it out to somebody else to then try to set something up. I know sometimes people are waiting for something. They're like waiting for the offense to set up, waiting for a pick, waiting for whatever. But when it's just like you're dribbling, you're doing whatever you're doing, it's just like you're trying to find your opportunity to go score while you got help defenders slowly creeping in, creeping in, creeping in. So now you got Jared McCain and Lester Keone's either on the corners or Justin Edwards, like anybody on the corner. Doesn't matter who's there. But it's just like you're bringing in the defense with how long you're keeping this ball because now they know that, okay, he's doing this because he wants a shot or he's coming in to go get a bucket. So it's just you're just enticing the defenders to come in, which is nice, but you got to dish it out if that's what your opportunity is, not to go get a highlight reel and get a spin move, fade away, mid-range jumper that doesn't really mean anything while we're already up by 16. Like improve your teammates and yourself because you need to work on your passing and just dishing the ball and like creating good ball movement. Other than that, we're excited for the Sixers season to come up. Prayers to Paul George, like we talked about, me and Kev talked about earlier. Hopefully you get better soon, come back soon. I'm going to that opener game, so I hope you're there because I didn't want to waste money for you not to be there. Joel Embiid, obviously, come back when you're ready. Don't want to rush you. We want you to be as ready as possible for these games. Tyrese Maxey, keep on hooping, keep doing what you do, and we'll be ready for you soon. Let's get it.